Hi, everybody. It's bedtime for me, but I was in soaking my feet, hanging over the tub. And you know, when you have a little time to yourself, thoughts come to you and memories and whatnot. And I'm away from my family right now. And I grew up with 6 brothers and a sister. And at this point, there's 3 living brothers and the sister. Well, I was reminded of a story that goes back to all the way back to the 90s, so almost 30 years ago. One of my brothers had 3 daughters, and 2 of them were killed in an automobile accident. And they were 15 and 17 years old, way too young. But you know, when God calls, you go. And so, you know, as difficult and as tragic as that was, everybody moves on and through it in so many different ways, and honoring and respecting how difficult that was for, you know, the family members to whom that happened has always been something on my mind. Now, I do that in a different way, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So I have, all those brothers had 2 daughters each. So, right, the remaining siblings. And one of the brothers had a son. So there were 3 men with at least 2 women, children that they were raising, which was kind of a nice, I always thought that was rather pleasant that they were getting overwhelmed with female hormones, and I was getting overwhelmed with the male when I was growing up. So anyhow, after a couple of years go by, 2 or 3 years, and one of my brothers had daughters who were, I'm just going to call them fussier than me. I was always a tomboy, wash my face, comb my hair, and go, right? But they just loved makeup and jewelry and clothing and shopping and all of those kinds of things. So I was asking my brother, I said, you know, all this time has gone by now. And I was just curious if, you know, what the impact was, if there was one, on you from that accident. And he thought for a minute, and he said, you know, he said, I used to really, really get angry and resent my brother. He would take his family someplace every single weekend. Now, it didn't mean they spent the whole weekend away. It just meant that he didn't tend to the store while that was happening, and they shared a business. And he said, you know, and it just used to get me so mad. But he said, you know, they were off making memories. So like at Christmas, they'd go see the Christmas lights off in some big place, or they would take the Christmas train up to this village that is a European style, and, you know, and sing carols and do all of that. He said they would go ice skating. They went sailboating, which was that brother's particular thing that he loved to do, was go sailing. And he said, and he took them camping and hiking and fishing. They went up to the Great Divide. He said they made so many memories. And he said, and that's all he's got now. He said, when I think about it, you know, I no longer am angry or resentful with him. He said, I realize that's all he's got. And he said, and I said, well, you know, how about with your daughters? Did it have an effect? Oh, yeah. He said, if I had it to do all over again, he said, I'd have taken those girls with me, camping and fishing and hiking and doing some of the things I like to do. And he said, I would have taken the credit cards away and let them go to the mall less. And so I thought that's interesting, you know, that time has changed and shifted, and that's, you know, that impact has, and how we can respond and react to it. You know, as for me, I believe that we're souls, and the soul lives on. That is not going to pass away, and that sister-in-law had a horrible time getting over that because she was so close to her girls. And if you can imagine, you know, teenagers come in from school and they slam that door and they're clomping down the hall in their shoes and they're all excited for whatever has gone on in the day or what's coming up and all those kinds of things. And she said, I just miss that presence so much. And she got a chance to experience them in their soul state. She was sitting on a beach. This is about a year and a half later. And she had struggled so much with the grief. And all of a sudden, she woke up one morning, the grief was gone, and she took a paper and a pencil and went down to the beach and started journaling. And when she took a deep breath and let out that sigh, in her mind's eye, she looked up and there were her girls. And they were both working with children, the thing they love to do the most. And one of them stepped forward, and both of them turned, but one of them stepped forward and said, see, Mom, we're doing okay. I want you to know you're a soul. You have this life. You get to choose, you know, whether to be happy, regardless of whether you're making somebody mad. You have to do what's best for you. You have to. If you don't, where is your joy? Where is your pleasure? What do you get from it? You can't make up for lost time. You can only start right here and now and move forward. And so with that, I'm going to turn out the light and bid you good night. And I hope you have a really great week. And I'll see you in the next story.